I'm here in the remains of the coal camp of Fire Creek. Not a whole lot left here. This building had a concrete foundation. I don't know if it's the company store or not, but it may have been. Concrete was hard to come by in these coal mining towns back in the day, but some places did. A lot of places had stone foundations if they had any foundation, or brick foundations. They didn't have a lot of concrete. Although Fire Creek and Sewell seem to have some concrete, like here, for example. That huge pile of bricks, I think, might have been the walls of the building. They must have knocked it over and piled up there, because that pile of bricks is at least 3 feet tall. So this must have been a brick building with a stone foundation at one time. It's kind of interesting. Now I can't say for sure this is a company store or not, because I'm not sure exactly where it was, but I know that that's most likely what it was, because it's about the right size and in a decent location. Of course, they got this building over here too. There's actually a house standing here not too long ago, still until a tree fell across it. Now I didn't get that in any pictures or videos because I heard about it, and by the time I got here the tree done destroyed it. But I don't think it's here. I think it's a little bit farther downstream where the house is still standing. But this is stone foundation here with what JP Videos calls Nexus carpet. I know one of these two big buildings here had to be the company store. It's kind of obvious because of the size of it. I'm thinking I'm voting for that one over there that has a stone foundation. Well, one of the I'm discombobulated. I'm voting for the one with the concrete foundation, not the one with the stone foundation, but I don't know for sure. I do know I'm in the right general area for the company store. I know it's one of the two buildings that I'm getting the video right now. There might be a train coming. I hear a rumble sound over top of the river. And the squeaky trees. Bees. So beautiful through here. I don't think I pointed out that one bush. Okay. This is a large concrete block. And there's a high wall there. All these foundations are covered with Nexus carpet. I probably sound a little discombobulated in the video there because a minute ago I saw a little tongue tingle. It's after 1 o'clock. There should be trains coming soon. Usually after 1 o'clock a few trains come through here. About 1:32 a train will go by. I've noticed that. Of course I can't see the railroad tracks from this location, but they're over there. Okay, I'm looking for that other building. I was here the other day and I'm trying to find another interesting building that I saw that had a weird, that's kind of a little weird looking. Ow. It might be over there. Yeah, I think that's it. The best way to self-isolate yourself, come to abandoned coal mining towns and explore. Nobody's around. Although back in the day, all these towns used to be full of people. I know there's like 6 people live in Thurman and there's some people live in Thayer still. But most of these coal mining towns in New Gorge are like this. There's just foundations and remains of buildings. But this is why I didn't go down in because of don't know what this used to be. But it's like a long, narrow tunnel. If it weren't for the trees across here, I'd go down in there. It's just a foundation though, so it's all that's left. That's interesting back in the day, whatever that was used for. I don't think it would be a coal camp house because it's too small. Could have been a powerhouse for the mines, but I guess that's way too small. I don't know what it could have been used for. I know you got that long narrow tunnel, so there was a door here at one time. Back in the day, you probably, when the mines were going, you probably had like one light in the hallway around the corner. They'll light up going down there, maybe one light in there. Like two pipes sticking up out of the ground. That one part looks like it could be a water line, that could be a sewer line. Well, no, it's too small to be a sewer pipe. Well, I don't know. That clearly could have been a water hookup though. Then again, that could have been a drain pipe. That could have been a hand wash sink or something. Like a little sink for washing hands. Maybe this is a pump house for a well or something for the town. Some more foundations over here. Ow. There's just so much to it here. Fire Creek, Berry, and Sewell were all big towns. Well, Berry I don't think that's too big. I know Fire Creek and Sewell were big towns. I know that. Berry I think is a pretty good sized coal mining town too. Okay, I've never been past here up to here. Walked along the tracks all the way to the other towns, but I've never really been up past this spot. Up this far up here. Of course, I followed the railroad tracks all the way to Sewell, which is probably another 2 miles, maybe more. Yeah, some stonework up there. I don't like following that road today though. So that road leads somewhere. That's where a future event, so I get a friend of mine to come with me. Because that's how that road goes up. See, if you go up on Berry Mountain, which I'm on Berry Mountain now, there probably is more. There might be some buildings still standing up there. But I don't know for sure. I just want to go to the coke ovens. Once I get to the town of Pembroke though, you don't have any roads to go all the way to the top. You have one that goes up to about halfway, but Berry, Fire Creek, and Denmark, all three had little roads go that way, could go all the way to the top of the mountain. Out there, Berry and Denmark, the roads are pretty much destroyed with erosion and landslides over the years. So I don't know how far up there I can go on this road. I do know there's a future events there because I know there's stuff up there. I just don't feel like doing it today because I want to have time to go to Pembroke and get some coke ovens and stuff, and maybe Sewell. I don't know about Sewell because I might not have time. I may have time. Okay, seeing this video, I don't know if Sewell will be in, I don't know if I make it to Sewell or not. Because I had to walk all the way back to Thurman. I've walked a good 4 miles or more so far. And I had to go all the way back to Thurman to get in the car to go home. And Sewell is a good 8-mile hike from Thurman. Okay, now I gotta go up here and walk across this incredibly long train trestle over this really high, long train trestle. Then I'll be at the coke ovens. There's got to be a lot of stuff up through there. That road I didn't follow. heck? Okay, some kind of weird waterfall. I have to go check that out, but not right now. I'm here at the incredibly long trestle, really high trestle. Yes, I made that up joking around. This trestle's not long and high, it's just over a little tiny stream. Although the town of Berry was built along the banks of Fire Creek. The town of Fire Creek's built along the banks of this creek, because I'm not sure of the name of this creek. It's not Fire Creek, it's Fire Creek, it's back there in Berry. But floods over the years has rearranged everything. I wouldn't be all surprised to see that stone wall and that coke oven collapse one day and the stone walk down through here. Because of floods and stuff over the years. But there's that one coke oven's already halfway collapsed due to flooding. You get a lot of that around here. It's 9 years off the river, it'd be like up to 20 feet above normal. Come to think of it, I'm close to the river now. I think the next time the river is way up, I should come down here, because this area I wouldn't be surprised to see it almost onto the railroad tracks. Because there are a few spots here when the river is like 20 feet above normal, it'll be right at the edge of the railroad tracks, and I think this is one of them. Back at Thurman, the rail grades are about 10 feet higher than this. Of course, around this curve here, the river goes and drops several feet and the railroad tracks climb. So I think Fire Creek's one of the spots where the river and the rail line is like real close to each other. For the most part, you got at several places like this, for example, this little stretch here, there's usually a good 30 to 40 feet, at least 30 to 40 feet height between the river and the railroad track below. I mean the railroad track and the river below is what I meant to say. I said that backwards. But more of the coke ovens. There's actually not a lot of those. There's actually some on the other side too. These are double-sided, so there's like one long battery, double-sided coke ovens. Which is very interesting because a lot of coal mining towns, the battery coke ovens, they all be on the same side. They wouldn't be like double-sided. But that one collapsed from the tree growing out of it. That tree's not on very good stable ground. It's going to come down one day and come across the tracks, and then they'll go up the stairs. They'll have to cut it up. Of course, they'll probably destroy a couple more coke ovens when it goes. I think there's a few coke ovens there. It makes it a building. But here, the access makes it a building, not the coke ovens. But here, I'm pretty much leaving the town of Fire Creek, and I'll be heading. I think I got a good mile before I get to the next town. Which I probably won't make it to Sewell. If I make it to Pembroke, I'll be a couple miles outside of Sewell, so this trip I may not make it to Sewell, I don't know. At least I'll make it to Pembroke, because from here on it's at least a mile. That's probably where I have my lunch break. And then head back to Thurman so I can go home. My next events are down through the gorge here. I'll probably go back to some of the towns on that side of the river. But there's still some high walls and foundations here. I think that's where the coal temple. Ah, that's the remains of the coal temple. There should be a train coming soon. There's a temple foundations where the coal temple used to be. Nah. I don't feel like hiking up the mountain. All these man interests, and they removed the coal temples. They blasted them down with dynamite anyways. Old pop bottle from the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Now this would be a great place to film a train. If a train would come, well, if a train was coming from Thurman heading towards Sewell, this would be a perfect filming location right here. Of course, no matter what, the train would be going the opposite direction.